Michigan State 76, Northwestern 66 in a game where Northwestern threw their best punch at the Breslin Center. Michigan State did have to solve some problems late in this game to create separation and ultimately escape with a double-digit sized victory. Before we get to it all, reminder that this video is brought to you by tinkercoffee.com, and our promo code Sleepers get 15% off of your first order of the best coffee that you can find in the Midwest. They ship anywhere. You can set up a recurring order. Cartel and more.
Listen, I had to get myself a jumbo size tinker this morning because I stayed up late just thinking about why my team could only beat Northwestern by 10. But also at the end of the day, they did beat Northwestern by 10. But make sure you get yourself try yourself Tinker Coffee. I truly think that if you do try it, you will come away with it wanting to get more. And if you do want to get more, I highly recommend setting up a recurring order. You can get an extra 25% off using promo code Sleepers. They call it the Midwest Best. I stand by that. It tastes fantastic, looks fantastic. Shout out to the Tinker marketing team and drink the coffee that Sleepers drinks.
Yes, sir. You know how every Michigan State game, no matter what's happening, no matter who's up, who's down, where it's being played, you know at some point Cohen Carr is just going to break a rim and do something you feel like you've never seen before?
Yeah.
That's how reliable my cup of Tinker coffee is in the morning right now. Like, no matter what I'm doing, no matter what my day is about to look like, no matter what time of day it is, I just know I have that Tinker in the cupboard. And whenever I need it, even in instant coffee packet form, you can just mix with water and you've got a coffee drinkable in 20 seconds. Go to tinkercoffee.com. Okay, here we go. Michigan State 76, Northwestern 66. Your front court, I thought, was the difference. Cooper and Kohler were sensational. 33 points, 17 rebounds between them. Kohler did have 6 turnovers. That's becoming a little bit of a problem depending on how teams guard him. We can talk about both of those guys individually, but on a night where we talked about it in the preview, Northwestern plays small. Martinelli is not a big, but he essentially operates as their four, sometimes their five. On a night where they really didn't have a true post threat, Trey Singleton's the one guy to keep an eye on, and he wasn't ready for this challenge. I thought Michigan State's bigs did what they do. They just kind of grind you to a pulp. And the difference is in the past, I feel like both Cooper and sometimes Kohler, their grind you out performances would be quiet production nights. Now you get real production from these dudes. Like Carson Cooper just gave you 18 and 9 in
Mhm.
33 minutes to win a Big Ten game. Jackson Kohler's shooting a ridiculous percentage from three, 53% on the season. He was 3 for 6 again. In this night, it feels like he can't shoot worse than 50% in a game from three. Fears chipped in 15 points, 5 assists to 0 turnovers. I got to be honest, I was shocked at that stat line when I saw it at the end of the game because this was a very loud slash quiet Fears game. We'll get to all of it, but I thought the story was your bigs. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, what Kohler's doing this year, we talked about it on the last one, but like he has just become this pick and pop, like four-man threat to the fact that like a fierce Kohler pick and roll, it seems that also teams like haven't like figured it out really. You know what I'm saying? Like they really haven't, they kind of left Jackson a little bit. And I wonder if someone's gonna adjust to this point because he gets a lot of really good open looks, I think. But yeah, Michigan State just seems to get really good action off like the fierce Cooper rolls, could be a dunk, Kohler pops, and could be a look right there. And Jackson's just knocking it down at an extremely high clip. And then, as you stated on the last recap, he's just one of the best rebounders in the country. It's just what he does. Pitches in 8 rebounds. Now he's combining the stretch game to that a little bit. He's just becoming one of the best bigs in the country, honestly, given his play. Like T stated, 6 turnovers. We'll talk a little bit more about that in this basketball game. But this is now multiple games where we've gotten like big Kohler and Cooper performances at the same time. Like I was even shocked when I looked at the box score after this game. I really didn't even realize that Cooper had 18.
Mm-hmm.
Like Carson Cooper led this team in scoring.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like in previous years, I'd be like, what the hell happened? Why is Carson Cooper leading us in scoring? And maybe there's a little bit of that going on right now, but really not as much. I'm just like, Coop was very productive. He finished everything. He didn't miss a shot in this basketball game. He goes 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Just had a really, really good performance. The front court's been the story all year.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's really good. Poor comedic timing that I was yawning as I said that, but he's really good. He's he's legitimately really good. I need more Tinker, man, to help me out, Zing. No, I feel like with Cooper, even as we've started to discuss his emergence, his evolution, how good he is, I
Mhm.
still feel like a lot of the time it gets framed through a lens of like, well, Fears makes it so easy for him. Like Fears, and it's true. Fears is a great point guard to play with if you are a rim running big. At the same time, I do not think Carson Cooper gets nearly enough credit in general, but specifically, some of these lobs he catches and finishes are absurd.
Dog, I'm like, because I'm like looking at it happening. I'm seeing like as it's happening, I'm like, well, the live's not there. And then all of a sudden, like Fears just throws it. I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna get that. And he's just like the athleticism that he has at his size is insane, truly.
Yeah, he's got a catch radius that's like at the top of the backboard, and he
And
can
that's
do it
all.
on
And
the
that's all. And
move.
that's all Michigan State fans have wanted from a big like these last couple years. That's what killed us. About like Sissoko was a super athlete. He
Yeah,
couldn't catch lobs.
and he can do it on the move. That's the thing. These are not even just like wide open catches. These are rolling through traffic, kind of banging into a body, and I'm still gonna catch and poster you. And I think it pairs so well with what Kohler's doing. Like
Hmm.
it truly does. And fit, right? The quote unquote fit term is a word that is used all the time with Michigan State in these last 3 years. And I get why, right? I get when you're trying to play Cohen Carr and Jeremy Fears at the same time, fit is going to constantly be the thing. I was even debating somebody in the Discord, I forget who it was last night in the middle of this game about how like you're down 7 and it's fit. Why is it Fears' fault? It's fit. It's fit. As far as front court and point guard goes, this is a perfect fit. You've
Hmm.
got the rim running big who's an elite pick and roll lob threat. You've got the floor spacing big who's shooting 53% from three. Like I would start foundationally there and feel like I've got a national title winning formula between those three. And if there are any fit concerns, to me, it's about what's between them. And we'll talk about the shooting guard spot again in this game. Thought you found some things off the bench that could work going forward. And Cohen Carr comes and goes at times, and it's always going to be clunky in the half court if he's on the floor. But I just, I still feel like Coop gets lumped into it, or it's like, hey, we're playing two bigs at once. Yeah, because this is like one of the five best front courts in America.
Yeah, the
Kohler
bigs
is
work. The bigs
nonsensical.
work. The bigs
Yeah,
work.
yeah, it's crazy. On that note, what do you think this is? Top blank front court in the country. Kohler, Cooper, I'll even give you Cam Ward off the bench. Jesse McCulloch, I guess, too.
I mean, better front courts, I would say. I think they're the third best front court in the Big Ten.
Taking
I think they're,
Michigan and Purdue.
yeah, I think they're the third best front court in the Big Ten.
That feels fair.
Other front other front courts across the country that I would probably take, or I would take. Cam Boozer is very singular, so I'm still taking Duke's front court. Um, North Carolina, Vasar Wilson is pretty insane.
There are some pretty great pairings
There's
there.
some pretty great. I mean, it's a top. Let's say safely, I think it's a top 10 front court in the country.
I think that feels right. You got like Arizona and Florida has like three really great bigs.
Florida too. Yeah, I forgot. There's some really good front
Yeah.
courts across the
There's
country.
some really good, but I think coming into the year we would have thought this was a weakness for Michigan State. Instead, it's like the seventh best front court in
Yeah,
America.
this is how I look at it. Like all the front courts we're just naming, Jackson Kohler and Carson Cooper are a top 10 front court in the country.
And
That's
and are on par with them.
yeah.
Like you can play those other front courts.
Hmm.
You can play Michigan's, you can play Arizona's. You're gonna play Trey Kaufman, Red, and Oscar Clough, and you should feel like Kohler and Cooper can win those matchups.
Right.
It's a testament to those guys. It really is. And yeah, I thought they were the difference. I also think, just from a starting point, we gotta discuss this. You were right. Carson Cooper was the primary defensive assignment on Nick Martinelli. Now, I'll be honest, I thought he got torched.
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, like even the fact that he could guard Nick Martinelli for 33 minutes
Hmm.
is like an impressive result for me.
Yeah.
So it's weird. Like Martinelli got a Ken Pom MVP in this game. He had 28 points on 11 shot attempts. Got to
Crazy.
the free throw line 10 times, made all of them. this was a masterpiece from Martinelli, and it was almost good enough to win them the game. At the same time, that gets spit out, and I'm like, yeah, I thought Coop did a pretty good job on him. Like
Yeah, like
for
I
Carson
think
Cooper being asked to do it, I don't know what he's supposed to do.
I think we came on here in the preview and we're like, you know what, Martinelli's gonna get he was gonna get to that mark, right? Like he doesn't not score 20. That's what Nick Martinelli does. Would you hope to make it tougher on him? Yeah, because I mean he was incredible in this game. He's such a skilled scorer, man. And do you want to make it? Did I hope that they made it tougher on him? Yeah, but at the same time, he's just that good. 28 on 11 shots is crazy. Did an incredible job getting to the free throw line in the second half, which is like also credit to how good of a scorer he is. He keeps you off balance. Like he can hit the three, he can put it on the floor. He's a really, really tough check given his size and versatility. So yeah, more so just Coop gave it. I think he was the best option to do so.
Do you
Gave it his
still
best
feel that
shot.
way? I still,
Yeah.
y'all have nothing for a good wing scorer, and you have to go to your center. Like,
Mm,
I'm really confused how this is going to map to future guys you play.
trying to think like what other guys
Because it's
think
basically
of.
saying, and I'm putting my own personal thought into this. If you disagree with me, tell me. To
Mm,
me, the fact that you have to put 6'11", 245, you're five. And I know Northwestern forced a little bit. They went small. They played him at the five a little bit. But like, if they have a 6'7" monster perimeter oriented scorer, and Michigan State is saying our five's the best option,
mm.
to me that is saying Kohler and Carr can't do it.
Yeah, I think it's more so that to the point though, like Martinelli was basically playing the five for portions or like 4 or 5 in this game.
I guess.
Like Page only played 11 minutes in this game. Singleton played 19 minutes in this game.
There were 29 minutes of another big on the floor. There
Yeah,
were, and in the non 29 minutes, they had a lot of 6'6" dudes that to me aren't really threats.
yeah,
But I guess, I don't know. I'm just, again, I'm trying to take this and map it to other teams because I think there are some pretty monstrous wing scorers Michigan State will play this year.
right.
Is the answer every time you play a 6'7" bucket, Carson Cooper?
No, I don't think like put it into your team's perspective. I don't think that Coop would be on Yaxel.
Tucker DeVries. They don't have a good big. Are you putting
Mm.
Carson Cooper on Tucker DeVries?
No, I don't think so.
To me, that would be the same decision you made with Martinelli in this game.
Mm. I feel like DeVries is more like movement though type things. Like Martinelli's really like
Kinda.
catch it like one on one, just they're gonna go at you, kind of no action or anything like that. DeVries is a little bit more movement. I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Again, you nailed this in the scout. I thought they would try Kohler and I thought they would try Carr, and you said no, it's Cooper, and you were 100% right. So I think right now you just know your personnel defensively better than I do. I just am really surprised by it, and I don't respectfully to Carson. I don't think it worked. I thought
Mm,
Martinelli had his best game of the season.
yeah.
So if this is a possibility, I think when you play other teams with 6 foot set, like to me, they basically want to hide Kohler defensively, don't they?
Yeah, kind of.
Like you're kind of just picking whoever the worst front court guy is and putting Kohler on him in games right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Kohler did get a small run on Martinelli in this game, more so when Martinelli was posting up, but also like he got some too. Anyone got some who checked him in those 39 minutes.
It feels like the plan with Jax defensively is just let's find the worst front court guy and that's Jax.
Yeah,
Um,
and then go rebound.
but that to me, it's more about Cohen. Like you kind of wish Cohen could guard like a really good wing scorer.
It would be massive for the brand.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, other things from this game. Do we go straight to fears next?
I think you got to, right? Best player on the team.
Yeah. We say it every game recap. There's going to be a big conversation about fears every game, given how important he is to this team. I think he determines any given night whether or not Michigan State is playing to their ceiling or their floor. You know what Kohler and Cooper are. They're constant. They're one of the best front courts in the country. I think you know what Cohen Carr's capabilities and incapabilities are. And I think you know what your shooting guard and your bench is. You got guys that'll pop in and out. Any given night, Jeremy Fears can be the best point guard in the country, And any given night, Jeremy Fears can be a disaster. And
Hmm.
I think we saw both again in this game. He was on the bench for most of the first half with two fouls. When he was on the bench with two fouls, he had 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. He had a 5 trillion with two fouls for most of the first half. Izzo went back to him, I think rightfully so, and played him with two fouls before halftime. And at the end of the game, Jeremy Fears finished with two fouls. So credit to Tom for navigating that. I think if you had benched him the whole first half, the deficit might have been larger than it was, and it probably would have taken Fears even longer to get going. Even when he came back in the first half with the two, thought he was really struggling.
Hmm.
Um, I thought, and I tweeted this, and people are free to disagree. I think for the first time all season, and I don't even know who are the officials, Kip Kissinger, Brian Dorsey, and Doug Sermons. I don't know who those guys are. I thought for the first time all season, that officiating crew very clearly came into a game and said, we're not giving him his flops. Now, Fears is not the only player in the country who flops. Baker Mazara was a talking point this week. My point guard, Cadeau, does it all the time. Flopping's part of basketball. However, we know this. This is just real. Fears does this more pronounced than anybody in the sport. He does it more frequently. I think he's better at drawing them than pretty much anybody else who plays that brand of basketball. He didn't get one for the first 30 minutes of this game. He probably, in my opinion, attempted to sell maybe five different calls and did not get one. I thought there was an interesting side effect to this that whatever these officials had decided, you know what, he flops, we're not giving him one. He got hit legitimately multiple times in this game and didn't get those calls either. I think kind of in like boy who cries wolf style. It's like, if you constantly pretend you're getting fouled, guess what? I think you're pretending when you do get fouled. To me that's just what happened. And you can blame the officials for not calling the real ones. They should have been called. They were real. But also vividly, Fears was flopping around like a fish. They made it clear they didn't have any interest in giving him those. And it just led to this weird result where for the first 25 minutes of this game, Fears was completely uninvolved, on the bench with his own fouls, and for lack of a better word, not hooping. He was playing the officials. He was not playing the game. And by the way, he was losing the officials. He didn't even get the benefits of playing the officials. They weren't calling his shit. So look, I thought, credit to him, when you made the run, he snapped out of it and hooped. He made plays. He got to the rim. He scored. Look at his box. He finishes with 15 on 11 shot attempts. He did get to the line 7 times and hit 7 of them. And he had 5 assists to 0 turnovers. Like all in all, the production from Jeremy Fears in this game was very good. 15-5 with no turnovers. But God, it was a weird path to get there. And I don't think it was a coincidence if he's the guy who determines what this team is night to night. Don't think it was a coincidence that Michigan State trailed Northwestern for 3/4 of this game because
Yeah.
Fears was on a different planet for 3/4 of this game. When Fears finally just shrugged it off and started hooping, you made a huge run and everybody got involved and played well. What did you see? If you disagree, feel free to pick everything I just said apart, but that's what I saw in this game.
No, I mean, I think for a majority of this game, for lack of a softer term, Fears was on bullshit. Like, truthfully, he was. And I think that, you look at, you talk about the end stat line, that all came in the second half. Like, I know it was foul trouble, but even for the first kind of couple minutes of the second half or first part of the second half, even though we were coming back a little bit in that point, it was going back and forth. He was just looking for fouls. He was looking for fouls and he was not getting them. And he was upset that he wasn't getting them. And I don't know. The only thing that scares me about this happening is when it's like, all right, that's not happening. You got to hoop though. You got to hoop. And now, luckily, I think there was a point where he did just hoop, and I'm like, oh, he go to the basket, make a layup. Just go lay it up. You ain't got to worry about foul. Just go make the layup. Go get your little bank shot that you do going to the hoop. Go make things happen. Go create for others. And he was able to do that at a certain point in the second half. But I don't think it's a coincidence. I mean, to your point, I think I agree with you 100% in this world. There's a reason why we were down seven at half with eight first half turnovers in this basketball game. It's because one, yes, Spears was in foul trouble, but also two, even before the foul trouble, he was. I don't think that he was aggressive enough in this basketball game. I don't think he was setting the tone like Izzo wants him to set the tone. And I think that's what got us in the position where we were down seven and a half.
Yeah, and look, I thought at least one of the first two in the first half was like a charge. He shouldn't have even picked up two, in my opinion. Again,
Why are you trying to do that though?
but I thought again, part of this entire thing was that pretty clearly this officiating crew must have talked pregame and been like, "We're not doing this bullshit." And maybe I'm wrong on that, but like, I always it's a totally different level. I shouldn't even compare this. But I know from when I coached high school, like a crew will come into a game and say, "Hey, this is something we're looking for." And it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, based on how this game was called, if this crew just said, "Hey, we're not doing the flopping bullshit."
Hmm.
Because they didn't. For 30 minutes, they did not give him one of those. And he just does it so much that I thought that was the story of most of the early portion of this game. Now, like we said, in the final 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you want to draw the cut line at, he was really good. And I think for me, as someone who watches every game of this team, and look, I'm not rooting for it, but I'm watching it. That's the most frustrating part is I don't understand why the guy we got for the last 10 minutes can't just be the guy for 40 minutes. It's not even anything the defense is doing. It's not anything scheme. It's all his own approach to the game. And I just don't get it. I do not get why he can't be the second version of him at all times and scratch the other shit out of it. He's a better player when he does. He had a bunch of buckets to close this game that I thought were really good. Even on some of those buckets, and you said this on morning after this morning, he was playing for the call. Like he made floaters more difficult than needed to be, trying to sell an and one. And I just think he's clearly capable. Like he's clearly capable of like going out and making 4 to 5 layups a game off drives and playing through contact and being tough. And for whatever reason, I just feel like his DNA as a hooper is wired to do the other stuff more. Or that's his. It's like a quarterback going through progressions. Like my first read, get fouled. My
Hmm.
second read, make the play. If he could just flip those, everything would work, I think, forever. And I don't know, can he? Like, what was there something that triggered him to kind of change his approach in the final portion of this game to you?
I mean, to me, I don't think he was getting calls. I don't think he was getting them. So he was just like, I mean, I don't know if that's the case. I really don't understand. I really don't even know if I can pinpoint it, but I don't know. I also think that like even discussing with people about this game, they're like, well, that's Fear's game. He needs to get to the free throw line. You can get to the free throw line with there's a difference between being this aggressive player, getting fouled, and being drawing contact, being good at drawing contact. That's a real thing. That's a real basketball skill. There's a difference between that and legit just going and hunting foul calls.
Right.
And he doesn't have to do it. He can. We've seen him not do it. And to your point too, the last 10 minutes of this game, a big part of how Fears played in that is why we won this game by what we won it by, and why we dominated the second half like we did. I mean, we won the second half 48-31. A lot of that had to do with Fears turning it up a little bit. And against better teams, we can't have zeros across the board from Jeremy Fears because that leads to eight first half turnovers being down seven to Northwestern.
Yeah.
Better teams, it's not going to work. We need the version. I put it like this simply: the version that was against North Carolina. That to me was the epitome or the epitome. I know someone's gonna cook me for that. That was like the perfect Fears performance for me. And
Yeah.
now you could say it was North Carolina induced because those guards stink. You can say whatever you want about that. But I'm just talking about the way he played. He got to his spots. He shot the ball confidently. He went to the basket. He got others involved. He defended his ass off. He can do all that all time for 40 minutes. He can do that. And you know what? Like, yes, I'm glad that he did pick it up in the last 10 minutes of this game, but I also was wondering for the first 30 or the first 25, whatever you want to do the cutoff at, like what am I watching here? He's better than this.
Right. And look, when you're winning games, like I think, in the non-conference portion of the schedule, right? Oakland, I think we still covered his struggles, but you were winning those games, right? You're up most of them. It's not a big deal. Like yeah, it's a talking point. It's something that happened in the game, but you're not that worried about it because whatever, it's Oakland. Now we're talking like winning or losing Big Ten games. And respectfully, there's no reason Michigan State should have trailed Northwestern most of this game. And they did. And they had to dig out of it. And you tip your cap to everybody for digging out of it. But let's also be real about like what's going on here. Northwestern is winless in Big Ten play right now. They're 0-4. They're probably going to finish in the bottom four in this league. And this is supposed to be a no doubter. And you kind of flirted with fire here because, in my opinion, of how Fears approached this game. And, I was in the live discussion thread in our Discord. Join the Discord if you want to have these conversations with us. We got a great Michigan State community in there. And, I like to get the pulse of what's going on with people. And in the first half, there were some pretty critical, like, Fears conversations happening. Like, at a certain point, like, has he made the jump or not? And I don't think we need to have that conversation today. It's fine. He's a very good player. I mean, he is. He's second in the country in assist rate as we sit here. Um, but I also think like, when things go wrong for this team, he's going to be rightfully blamed. And when things go right, he's going to rightfully get the credit. He's the swing piece. He's the entire DNA of this. And I think the version of Fears you got in this game, let's just call the entire game a package here, where it was, half the game diabolically bad, half the game great. I don't know how many great teams in this league you'll beat with that. Like, I think you need 40 minutes of good Fears, not 10. And it would be a scary result to me, I think, coming out of this. I also think, in general, most Michigan State fans I saw in the Discord, like, Fears finally had one really good bucket that I think gave you the lead. It was right around when you were like literally stealing the lead. He finally like went to the bucket, finished with his right. And it was kind of like, all right, we're here. Like, there we go. Bullshit over. We're here. Sigh of relief is kind of the sense I felt like from the Michigan State fans we were engaging with. If that's me, I don't know if my feeling coming out of this game is relief as much as it is frustration that he can't start games like that.
Yeah.
Like we are kind of getting to the point where it shouldn't be okay to need to wait 30 minutes for him to decide to hoop. Is that fair to say of the leader of this team, or am I being overly critical with that?
I think it's fair. Here's how I look at it. And I say this, and because I'm not a big picture guy. I think you know that. But when looking at it in this angle from this team, I'm big picturing it. I expect to beat Northwestern at home, right? Like whether this was a big victory or small, I expect to beat them at home. Big picture wise, the version of Jeremy Fears that we got in this basketball game, I think against good teams in the Big Ten, will probably end in a loss. That's the way I feel about it because I don't think 10 minutes, 15 minutes of good Jeremy Fears is good enough to beat good basketball teams in this league.
Yeah.
And he is like even Izzo said it before the game. I think it was LaFonso Ellis was on the the pregame interview with Izzo, and he's like, "Who are you? Who are you looking for in this game to make an impact? Kind of be the do or like have a game in this one, basically something around that question like that." And he's like, "Well, first and foremost, it all starts with Fears. That's my quarterback. That's my guy. That's my point guard, and that's what it is." So with that being bestowed upon him first halves with Divine Uguchukwu numbers is not going to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, and when he was on the bench with the foul trouble, some terrible possessions.
Terrible,
Terrible, terrible. So,
terrible
like,
possessions.
the glaring hole that we've known as a hole at backup point guard is is louder than ever now that Big Ten opponents are here. So
Right.
I don't think they're really against anybody. He's played 28 minutes the last two games, 28 against USC, 28 against Northwestern. Northwestern was because of foul trouble. USC was because you were up 30. In a close game, kind of feels like you need 37 minutes from Fears, right?
Yeah.
And if we're talking even right now, this is a 28-minute sample size card. And we're talking about he couldn't give you 28 consistently good minutes. How confident are you when you need 10 more minutes in a game that he's actually going to do it? Because as we keep, I feel like we have the same conversation freaking every game. It's just like, can he change? Is his approach going to be different? Maybe at a certain point, no, it's not. Like, part of me wonders if we asked Jeremy Fears, like, I don't even think he's aware that he had a different approach late. I truly, I don't even think he's aware of what he's doing. I think he just thinks that's hooping. I I don't know. Maybe you feel different. I don't think he's like consciously going into these games like, oh, I'm gonna get the refs.
Mhm.
I think this is who he is as a basketball player. And there's some inherent inconsistency with that based on how games are going to be called and all of this. I was looking at KenPom player comps. Last year, smaller role for him last year. You kind of had secondary guys you could go to. He really was just defense, toughness, leadership, and great passing, but not every possession. His inconsistencies were survivable because you could go to other guys. Last year, his KenPom player comps included Jaden Bradley, Jamal Shed,
Hmm.
like winners, some of the best guards in the country. Fears has gotten better. I'm not denying that. His KenPom player comps this year include Joe Toussaint, Devontae Jones, Tajon Lucas. Like, I think the inconsistencies are kind of on the profile of just like what he is right now in a louder way than they were a year ago. So I don't know what I'm asking, I guess, necessarily with this, other than is the current version of Fears one, something you expect to change this season for the better, and two, something you can win a legitimate, make a Final Four run with? Yes or no?
First of all, respect Tommy Kuzi. Why are we leaving Tommy Kuzi off here?
I thought you wouldn't like the Tommy Kuzi one, honestly. Do you
Is that
like
the
the
St.
Tommy Kuzi
Mary's
one?
guy?
Yeah.
Wasn't he like really, really good? Or am I
Um,
mistaken?
he was. I didn't think you would think he was really, really good, but
Was he?
he was good. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take no, but I just think that it's here's the way I look at it, and maybe
Tommy Kuzi's career averages were 7-3-3 in the
what was he
WCC.
his senior year?
12-3.
Okay, I take that back. Don't be Tommy Kuzi. With that said, I think the one thing that maybe leads to the wanting more from fears, is that out of the options that we could want more from, I think he's actually capable. Like I think we have small sample sizes or small moments where he has shown he's capable. So, and if this team wants to do anything, it is hinged on that. And if you're a Michigan State fan, that should be scary. I think it should be scarier than you want to admit because over the last month, there has been a lot of ups and downs and a lot of downs in this last month, and it's just not going to get it done for this Michigan State team as a whole. And like you said at the start of this, the 10 to 12 to 15-minute sample size of Fierce hooping in this game was really, really good. It also led to Michigan State being good and pulling away in this basketball game. But this is not who he is anymore. He isn't. We need more from him, and you can have a conversation on whether you believe he can give you that or not. You know what? You probably want to see it consistently for a little bit longer here, but we need more from him.
I just don't think he can cut out the other shit. I just don't think he can. And I think that's getting in the way of him being what you're asking him to be on the second half. Maybe that's unfair of me to frame it that way, but like I truly like you watch him every game just like I do. You watch every minute of this kid. The other stuff is getting in the way of his performances. And it's happening every game, every night, without question. It's who he is. It's his identity. It's his DNA. It's his approach. Like I feel like we were in November being like, well, can he iron it out of his game? No. Like he's not going to. So what's the best version of this with that is now my question. And it's obviously better than last night, but also is it? Like he finished with 15 and 5 and zero turnovers, doing the same stuff he does every game. I guess my fear is like what if that was the best version of him?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him be better than that though this year.
Have we seen him be, I mean, more assists,
More points too.
maybe one more bucket.
I mean, he's at what? Yeah, what was it against? I mean,
This is
are
his
we just
first
talking?
zero.
Are we talking good opponents?
This is his first zero turnover game of the year.
Yeah. What do you have against Iowa?
28 and 6. Or no, excuse me, 14 and 6.
I was like, wait, what?
Sorry, I looked at the wrong column. 14 and 6. This was 15 and 5. Like
So
and I guess like
good Pierce performance.
I don't know like the to what you're implying here, I think the version of Fears that completely rids himself of what he did for the first 25 minutes of this game is the best guard in the country. I don't think he can do that. And I think when we're speaking like, oh, like he's just got to do it more, he's got to be better, we're implying like he needs to rid all the nonsense. Maybe senior Jeremy Fears does, but I guess pretty clear that this guy's not changing this year. Is it fair to say that at this point? Like, I think you're just going to have to ride the ups and downs of the roller coaster every game of what Jeremy Fears does on the basketball court and find ways to win anyway. And your front court's doing a great job of helping you do that.
Like you just talking about like the fierce flopping.
I don't think flopping's the right word for the way he approached this game. The flopping's a big part of it, but like you called it like playing for calls more than making plays.
Mm.
To me, that happens every game for half the game. I think it's just how he plays. And I don't think that's changing, at least not mid-season. Then there's like the added extra stuff, which is also officiating oriented, but it's like non-basketball play related, right? It's the crowd, it's antagonizing other players, it's the villainy stuff. That's separate. There wasn't much of that this game. This is like the plays you're making. Are they entirely fixated on officiating or are they just basketball plays? Like to me, Jeremy Fears couldn't play a call your own fouls basketball game because that would require him to not be fixated on getting what he needs. You know? And if like I'd love to know what he looks like in that set. He'd probably be really damn good when he knows there's no potential whistle coming. He'd be really good. But I question when you're like, what could he get to? Any answer to that requires him to change who he is.
But he's also done it like one time this year. Wow. Or two, possibly.
Which ones? You talking
Uh,
Iowa?
huh?
You talking the Iowa game?
Not even, I mean, I would put that in that like if you want to do like the no bullshit mode, like whatever baseline that is for that. I would say mm, mm, Cornell. I didn't think there was bullshit really in the USC game, but like you said, that was 15-7-3. UNC, I didn't think there was really much. UNC wasn't much. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, even the Iowa game, he got to the free throw line 10 times, but like I didn't think he was doing any of the stuff.
Your pushback is basically you think he has had games where this isn't a problem at all.
I think that if he has a good game, then it's not as big of an issue.
I think he had a good game here.
I think he had a good game in that segment that really masked what the whole picture was.
I think that's every game.
Oh, all right.
So maybe it's just agree to disagree, my favorite term. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm too harsh. I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me, not my cup of tea. We'll see.
Yeah,
Uh,
you know what it is. I think
what
I've gotten to it. It's just you will never like it no matter what, and that's okay.
I
'Cause
don't.
I get it. I get it. I get it. Like, but it's just like it's your point guard. Not saying like in the same mode, but I'm saying like you do not like it, or at least before this year, you were like, I hate that brand of basketball. I can't stand it. It's just not for me. That's just what it is with Fears, no matter what he does or gets to.
Yeah, but I think the whole conversation here is implying you think that brand could change.
No, that's who he is.
Okay. Then yeah,
I think that it could be. I think you could temper it a little bit, but I think this is who he is as a basketball player.
the
Yes.
tempered version, by the way, isn't just the tempered version what Cadeau is right now. Cadeau
Yeah.
Cadeau has 1 to 2 plays a game that are pure flops. You don't notice Cadeau playing for the officials an entire half because he's a smaller part of Michigan too. Part of this is Michigan State needs Fears every possession
Mhm.
in a way most teams don't need a player.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I actually disagree with you saying I will never like this. Um,
I'm saying the brand of basketball.
yeah, I hate what he currently plays
Yeah.
like. Yeah, I think
And
it's
then yeah,
disgusting.
yeah.
And I hated the way Cadeau played last year. It was the same.
Right.
Um,
Right.
I guess all I would say is I still believe deep down someday there's a version of Fears that's rewired that doesn't approach games like this.
Yeah.
I don't think it's coming this year,
Yeah.
but
I'll say this too. I think you'll be in agreement with this. This is like a very fears centric thing. Because I feel like I've seen some chatter be like, well, Fears is doing this because he has to. Because of, that, because Devon Ugochukwu's is too, because he plays with Kurtang and he plays, with Cohen Carr in the half court. The thing is, I feel like if you put some better players around him, let's say next year's roster, I don't think I can come on here and confidently say he's not going to do the same stuff.
yeah, I
Maybe it looks better because he's, getting some more assists because there's guys better spacing and things like that. But I don't know if I can confidently say like this changes.
I think the hope would be it's very like what Cadeau's done this year, where surrounded by more talented players, you notice it less because it's
Hmm.
happening less.
Right.
Um, but I'm not confident that is what will happen. I think Jeremy Fears thinks this is the best way to win basketball games.
Mm.
I think he believes this is the best way to lead, the best way to lead his team to wins and be like I think he thinks this is tough. And that's the conundrum for me is like he is objectively one of the toughest people playing this sport to go through everything he's gone through and get to the level he's back at. Like he is as a human tougher than probably anybody in the country. Um and I just yeah, it's such a contrast between like the style of play and who he is to me. So
Yeah.
anyways, 15-5-0. Good win, 10-point dub. Like in the end, he got there. You probably lose this game if he doesn't flip the switch, though, right?
Yeah.
Was there ever a point in this game where you thought that was where this was headed?
That you're gonna lose the game?
Yeah,
No.
you felt good the whole time.
Yeah, and that call that irrational confidence, but I was like, we're not losing to this Northwestern team at home. I don't care what
It's
we're doing.
they had an early bucket to start the second half. I think they got up 8 with like 17 minutes left, and I did do a double take at that point because I was like, oh shit, Michigan State didn't come storming out the gates in the second half. Izzo got the technical after the game. Izzo said that wasn't a send a message technical. He was upset with himself for getting teed up. Do you buy that?
I'm trying to remember what he got the technical. I'm trying to remember the play that happened before that.
I don't remember the play, but I know this. It swung the game. Right after the technical free throws is when Michigan State made the big run.
Yeah. So damn, I wish I remember the actual play that happened before that. But yeah, no, probably he did. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Okay. Cohen, by my count, personal vote here, I think that was the best Cohen Carr dunk of his career.
The windmill is crazy.
I know he's got some amazing ones. I think that is the best dunk of his career. I couldn't believe it. I watched it back in real time. I clipped it. He's absurd. We know it, but like even maybe it was the moment of that one because that was still a close game. It was like
Yeah,
you
and
were making
forced
a
the
run.
timeout.
It capped a run to take the lead. I'm pretty sure. And
Mhm.
man, the alumni Breslin popped. He just his head was at the top of the backboard again, and to live came windmill, dude. Like, how many NBA dunks have you ever seen that are that impressive? Like two?
No, especially not like I know he figures at this point people aren't going to jump with him, but there was a guy like there. There was someone there. He just said, "Nah, head at the rim." Ugh, nasty.
Ridiculous. The on the replay, he almost broke the backboard. You could see it. Like that thing was hanging by a thread off of
Yeah.
how physical that was. It was crazy. It must be so fun to be capable as a human being of doing that.
Especially like when he knows it's gonna have like when the go route, saying this the X sluggo works and he beats his defender. Gets the defender to bite on that slant route. He's special. Special go because it's over once it happens.
Really is a pretty good comp though, right? I don't that's not a disrespectful comp by me, I don't think. Like he's basically DK Metcalf. The thing is when you're DK Metcalf, no one can stop a go route.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to do anything else because you're DK Metcalf. To me that's Cohen.
It's really what I mean. It's what he has to be because the half court offense stuff is still really bad. I will give credit to Cohen on this front. I did notice him being very ultra aggressive on the offensive glass in this basketball game and
I
just
did
rebounds in
too.
general. I
Yep.
like that from him. If you're gonna be this negative in the half court offense, doing that helps a lot for me. But yeah, it's I mean it just becomes so glaring when we do get in half court offense. And credit to Northwestern in the first half, that's what they did. They forced us to play in half court offense. They actually competed on the glass. I don't think they won, but like they were close and they didn't turn the basketball over. Like that's a really good formula to beat Michigan State.
Yeah, I will say this. I think maybe more so than some of the other contenders in this league. I think the scout is out on Michigan State of like what boxes do you need to check to have a chance to beat Michigan State?
Hmm.
Limit transition, funnel half court offense to Cohen, and survive on the boards.
Hmm.
I think that's the whole thing. And thought Northwestern did all of those other than survive on the boards. And you guys, to your point on Cohen, I thought he was inspired on the boards in this game. He out rebounded him 42 to 25. That's awesome. And you needed every single one of them. Like
Right.
that's why you won the game. So um yeah, all in all, like not a loud scoring night from Cohen, but he did a lot of good things. Two steals, 2 for 6 from the free throw line, 0 for 2 from three. Hey, guess what? If you haven't heard this yet, Cohen Carr can't shoot. So if you're still surprised by those numbers, I have things to sell you offline. Hit me up. I need your credit card info. Uh, Izzo said after the game he's now flipped the narrative. We've seen Izzo at the podium go from I'm so pissed we're gonna shoot a million free throws tomorrow to now last night. I don't know if you saw this. He basically said I feel so bad for Cohen. He's making all his free throws in practice.
So it's funny you say that. I was talking to I think he's fine with me saying this too. I was talking to Shem because he was at the game, Jake Schemmel, and so like he was a manager on the team. So like he like goes in the locker room. He really good friends with Tom Izzo, so he's chopping it up with them. Said it was like the shortest like post game press conference a meeting of all time, and he was like showing his parents around and Michigan State players. I'm not sure which ones like a portion of them were getting a lift in, and then a portion of them were in the practice gym shooting free throws while like watching the football game on the TV screen. So maybe hopefully that helps with free throws. I don't know, but at least they're practicing them.
Okay, all right, good to know. Shout out to Schemmel, by the way. Guy I had a lot of fun with in college.
Shout
Uh,
out to Paul Davis, by the way. Way to switch the water.
yeah, round of applause for Paul Davis. A standing ovation at the Breslin for Michigan
Did
State.
he get a standing O?
Got a standing O card. They gave him a moment on the Jumbotron and he got a standing ovation.
Okay, listen, I'll take that ovation over redacted ovation.
Listen, if you ever want to find a community who will rally around you when you do something bad, let me introduce you to a family that will accept you and your flaws. That's the Michigan State basketball alumni. And look, it is cool. Like, Paul was really accountable when he went to a press conference that did not need to be held. Why the hell did we make that guy have a press conference? But good for him. He was back and showing face and making sure he didn't drunkenly berate an official again. Okay. Do you buy, last thing on Cohen, do you buy that he's making his free throws in practice?
Uh, define making.
He's shooting 61% on the season. He shot 70% last season. He shot 56% the season before. On 222 free throws for his career, he's a 64% free throw shooter. We saw all offseason clips of him making jumpers. Like yeah, sure, he's probably making practice jumpers. Practice jumpers are so different than game jumpers. Practice free throws are so different than game free throws.
Yeah,
So, like, I don't know. I don't think he's shooting 90% at the stripe in practice. That's ridiculous. This kid can't shoot. No matter how
yeah,
many free throws he makes in practice, he can't shoot.
yeah,
But I like hearing Izzo. I felt that was a noteworthy thing because to me, if you really do believe a guy can shoot, you kind of do what he was doing in November of like, we got to make our fucking free throws. I'm pissed. And now it's turning into, I just feel so bad for him. I swear he makes them. Like, I don't think he's going to start making them, Cart. I think that's fair to say at this point.
yeah. I wouldn't bet on it.
Okay.
Would bet on it. The missed free throws did obviously hurt us in this basketball game.
Meanwhile, talk about a guy who does make his free throws. Jeremy Fears has made 20 straight from the line.
Has he? Good
Yeah.
on you. Also good on Coop too. 6 of 8 from the line. I like that.
Yeah. Good night. Very good night. How about your freshman?
Cam Ward. Can I get some Cam Ward commentary out of you?
I thought this was the best tandem night from the two freshmen, really, of the season. Like, I think there's been a Jordan Scott game. I think there's been a
Can
Cam
I
Ward
can I
game.
be can I be greedy about the Jordan Scott thing?
Yes.
He hit the first one. I'm like, oh, this is it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, this is it. And then he didn't hit one the rest of the game, which I was sad about. But I thought like this was like the one. I'm talking about like a three threes night from like Jordan Scott. Didn't get it though, unfortunately.
I'm still not positive that Jordan Scott can shoot. um, his shots very pretty, and it's like it's a quick release. I like the release. It's a tall release. He's a tall guy. Just the idea of like, can I get a shot off? Fully, yes. This guy should get six threes up a game. I don't know if I buy it's ever gonna go in. Like maybe in the 30s. Um,
Mhm.
he's struggling at the line. He's 27% from three on the year. It's I know the whole scout on him from high school. He was a great shooter. So I clearly he has the green light and is expected to make these shots. It's a lot of like 1 for 4 nights right now on wide open shots. And that's tough for a guy
Yeah.
that's a good shooter.
I will say small, very small sample size. He actually has been good in conference play from three.
What's that number?
43%.
Okay, hey, that's something.
So, maybe he does pick it. The thing that would help us a lot is like you could look back on like, if he was shooting this and then shot like better his freshman year, like, oh, he's a better shooter than that. He'll get it up. Really, right now, all we have to do is like, oh, this guy shot it well in high school.
Which is a data point though. He is a shooter. I just is he a shooter that's going to shoot like
I was
30?
at,
What's that?
no, I did not expect to actually do the conference thing only and see that he was at 43%.
Yeah. That's a good data point.
Okay, yes, love
Yeah.
analytics.
Um yeah, I think the problem for me is his threes are open.
Always open.
So if you're the shooter getting the open threes and you're 1 for 4 a lot, at a certain point that might get a little yippy, a little mental,
Mhm.
and that might be where we're at with Jordan Scott. But the thing I like about Scott, and I feel like I've criticized him a little bit, I like that Scott still he doesn't let the missed shots affect anything else in his game.
Mhm.
He still flies around defensively. He's still pretty good on the boards. And I think that's good because I think your other shooting guards let whether they make or miss shots affect everything else in the game. And Izzo did say after this game he thought about starting Scott. That's the first time he's publicly said, "Hey, I almost started him this game." I don't know if that's a sign of things to come or what. It was a quiet Divine night, a quiet Kurt Teng night, and an invisible Trey Fort night in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Trey Fort's just not even going to get a chance at this point, I feel like.
Yeah, poor Trey.
Can I Ken Pound player comp you for Jordan Scott?
I saw him. I was looking at him. I thought
Did
about
you see
bringing it
that?
up to you, but I've been going to the Ken Pom player comp well a lot today.
Gillis,
I
Jacob
like that.
Grandison, Kyle
Kyle
Ahrens.
Kyle Ahrens.
Yeah. Is that the Oklahoma dude?
Who? Brock who?
Brock Cunningham?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know
Or
him.
Texas, maybe it was.
I don't know, Brock. Oh
Is
yeah, yes, that is Brock Cunningham.
that who that is?
How dare I forget Brock Cunningham? Yeah.
Hey, how dare you forget Brock? I
How
hated Brock.
dare Philmon Jabruit?
Ooh, dog. There was this that's is that a real person?
I don't know
I'm
who
sorry. I'm
Philmon
sorry,
is.
Philmon.
Yeah, sorry, Philmon. If he can be Mason Gillis, that's a great result for you guys.
On the court. Uber Jordan.
Y'all love to rally around guys, dog. This he would find the right community for that. What about Cam Ward though? This was a really, really awesome Cam Ward game. 7 points, 7 rebounds in 15 minutes. He cracks me up, man. And I mean this from like a place of appreciation because I really do like Cam Ward. I'm gonna get more annoyed by Cam Ward as a rival fan when he gets really good, which is gonna happen at some point. Cam Ward is going to be like an all conference player for you guys. But for now, he just pops in for like 6 minutes and he'll do nothing. And then he'll like make a layup and then he'll just do the Bryn Forbes like I've never had a better moment than this celebration. I've never seen a guy get so pumped up about anything he does on a basketball court other than Cam Ward. But great game. He damn near had a double double in this game in 15 minutes. So, how repeatable is this performance and just where are you at with vibes from Cam Ward right now?
Yeah, I just think that, he had that lull after a really this is probably his best game, I would say, since the Arkansas performance for him. 7 points, 7 rebounds. It is actually hilarious though, because before the one where he went on his little tirade after he made it, he like missed the layup.
Yeah.
This one, and then on the next possession, he makes it, gets the and one, and she's like, "This is my shit. I do this. I do this." And it's hilarious. It really is funny. But that's just, that's Cam Ward. That's who he is. There's still probably some conversations that need to be had on what Cam Ward's role looks like because, look, maybe he doesn't have the dunky dunks, but like he rebounds better. Um,
He does too many negative things to actually get a bigger role. And
yeah.
I know the positives are really, really loud, and I enjoy the positives too. He's fun. He's a good bench guy. But it's a 1 to 4 assist to turnover ratio.
Mm.
He's a black hole turnover problem when he's out
Right.
there.
Well, because
Uh,
he's a bull in a china shop. He's like head down at
yeah.
it. I'm gonna try to put my body through your chest, even though you might be bigger than me. It doesn't matter.
Cardi's a 45% free throw shooter.
Yeah.
You can't make an argument to give that guy a bigger role yet.
Hey, one for his last one from the free throw line.
Right. If Cohen didn't exist, you could make an argument that Cam Ward deserves the Cohen role.
Right.
But on a team with Cohen Carr, there's essentially no path to playing Cam Ward more than he's currently playing
Right.
when Cohen's out of the game. So, but again, back-to-back games where he's really dominated on the boards. He had 6 against USC, 7 against Northwestern. I always remember that Arkansas game. He had 10 against Arkansas. Like, he can do that. And every great team, every championship team needs a bench psycho. I feel
Yeah.
strongly about that. Cam Ward's your bench psycho.
We have yeah. What are the teams that have starting psychos? We got some starting psychos. We got some bench psychos. We got a psycho coach. We got a psycho fan base.
Yeah, you got a coach's son. You got
Yeah.
a NFL Hall of Famer son.
Yeah. Denham's bad, by the way.
Yeah, he put up Trey Fort numbers in this game, which I don't know who that's worse for.
I want to say this. I truly want to send my thoughts to Trey Fort because it's ridiculous.
It
Uh,
seems very unfair.
it does seem unfair. it doesn't sit right with me. And I get it. I get the shortcomings. 3 minutes?
Yeah.
No.
To his,
Trey Fort should never in basketball history, no matter where the game is, no matter what planet it's on, no matter what is happening, no matter what teammates are around him, play the same and or less minutes than Denim Wojcik.
I think to Trey's credit, he's not pouting. And I know that essentially doesn't matter, but I have a lot of personal respect for that because
Yeah.
I think most guys who have been to five different schools, spending their final go at this, thinking they're going to be a starter, like he signed up to play the Jace role, and he could very easily create problems for this team, and I don't think he is. So says a lot about who he is as a kid.
Yeah. Agree.
Jesse McCulloch only got 1 minute. Is that going to keep happening in Big Ten play?
Probably, but can I can I say the fun another funny moment from this game?
Hmm.
Shout out to my good friend Peach. He tweeted that I feel like this game needs some Jesse McCullough, and Jesse McCullough got it for 1 minute and then got taken out.
That's great.
It was hilarious.
That's great. I think the only reason he only played 1 minute is because of Martinelli.
Probably, yeah.
I think against normal matchups against Big Ten bigs, he'll probably still play like 8 to 10 minutes.
Hmm.
I just think they were terrified of him on Martinelli.
Yeah. Last thing for me, I feel bad for Nick Martinelli. I mean, I know he chose this, but like anybody step up and make a shot for the love of God.
I like a couple of these pieces on Northwestern. I still think they're a lot better than their record. Like
Hmm.
I don't think this is a bottom three team in the Big Ten. They might finish there, but I think they're a better caliber team of players than that. I love Chris Collins, the coach, too. He gave Izzo a bunch of credit after this game. Like, I don't know. I liked some of the buckets from Max Green in this game impressed me. I think Page is pretty good, even though he didn't do anything and was in foul trouble. Reed, 8 assists to 0 turnovers, I thought was good. So I don't know. They got some guys. Martinelli is legitimately a stud. It's just like what happened to KJ Wyndham?
Yeah, I was wondering that. Yeah, I thought they gave him
Collins
played
Collins
him.
must hate him.
Why?
Can I propose something?
Yeah,
KJ for Trey. Swap that out at New Year and let's give this a shot.
I'm down.
Trey Fort might help Northwestern, and KJ, I think, would probably play for y'all.
Hell yeah, deal.
Yeah, strange year for him. Izzo said after that Martinelli might be the best player in the conference. Your thoughts?
No, I might look like Aaron Donald.
He's probably top five, though, right?
I mean, he's really good.
Yeah, he's probably top five. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Did you see what I was doing, by the way?
No.
So I've had this Starbucks sitting on my desk for 2 months,
Hmm.
and I just held this up to make a point because this may look like a Tinker coffee. It's not a Tinker coffee.
Ah,
Nick Martinelli may look like the best player in the Big Ten when Carson Cooper's guarding him. Drink your Tinker coffee, folks. Michigan State, good win, 10-point win. Any final thoughts from you?
I hope Sam Vecini's having a good New Year. That's it.
What's that about?
He needs his flowers.